Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day. I just thought I'd come on here and shoot a quick video on just explaining the importance of niching down when starting or scaling your business. So throughout this little video, I hope to outline the importance of niching down when you start or grow the business. And I guess as a startup or young entrepreneur, your aim should always be to become the dominant owner within a specific niche rather than trying to become a commodity within a niche. This is how the millions are made for many, many people. So I guess to start off with, I just want to explain more what actually is a niche. So you hear this term thrown around a fair bit in the entrepreneurial or small business space, but essentially a niche or a niche, depending on where you're from, is defined as a small or specialized segment of a broader market where a business can differentiate themselves or their service or product. So essentially, it's a specific subsegment of a larger market, and it's an area that you can differentiate yourself within. So, for example, we have a large market of, say, social media marketing. And within that, a niche would be TikTok ads agency within the social media marketing. Or you could have something like Instagram management agency within social media marketing. So essentially, they're both marketing tools or marketing services, but it's for a specific niche within social media marketing. So I guess why is actually niching down and having a niche important? So it's really important because you want to decide on your niche depending on your skills, your strengths, and your values. So who's the person or what's the service you can provide that will allow you to provide the most amount of value to a small certain subsection of an industry? So for example, are you really good at Instagram or are you really good at TikTok? And if so, can you do Instagram management? Or can you do TikTok ads? So what's your specific strengths? Are you a marketer or what are you? What's your specific skill set? What are you good at? What can you do currently? And what can you provide value for other people? And then what are the values that you hold that consistently hold across different industries? So how do you actually find your niche? So finding your niche is really important. But finding a niche sounds like a really, really complicated process. I don't know where to start. I know what to specialize in. What it should be is that you should identify what are your biggest strengths and what's your biggest skill set that you currently have that you can provide someone within a marketplace. Then find that specific marketplace and find the specific segment within that marketplace that need your skills or your strengths the most. When you're starting out and trying to scale, you want to work with what you already know, and this is the easiest way to find your niche. So lots of common issues that business owners actually face when they're trying to start or scale their business is that they don't actually niche down and they try to target multiple business types and industries. So for example, someone could have a marketing company, but they want to specialize in Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Instagram ads, LinkedIn ads, Reddit ads, Twitter ads, everything, right? They want to focus on all the different types of ads because they want to provide the most amount of value. However, that actually dilutes the resources, the energy, and the assets that you have as a business owner and resources within your company. Therefore, you're trying to do too many things rather than just serving one specific avatar, one specific service, and actually going for it full in. Once you actually decide what your specific service is, you don't actually need to follow the latest trends. It's a really, really big issue with people because they see that TikTok's come out, it's really big, so they start a short form content agency. Then in a few months' time, they see that LinkedIn's really starting to pop off. So then they go into a LinkedIn agency. Then after a few months' time, people sort of transition back to the Facebook industry and they go, okay, well, maybe I'll start a Facebook marketing advertising agency. Well, then you're just following the latest trends rather than if you just spent all those months focusing on one single skill and one single strength, you can become the dominant player within that market. Does that make sense? So really niche down, don't dilute your resources, don't try to do too many things, and don't follow the latest trends. So find what you're good at, find what you're good at, find what you're good at, and stick to it. So I guess to sort of drive this home, I've got an example of how niching down can possibly happen. Sorry. So I want you to picture a scenario where an entrepreneur has either studied marketing at university or has a keen interest in marketing and wants to start their own business. So this could be you, or this could be someone that you know or have seen. So the first step in niching down in the marketing industry would be to actually start a marketing company. They want to decide, I'm going to run a marketing company. First step. Step is actually decide, well, which type of marketing are they good at and can they serve people in? So there's obviously there's digital marketing and there's physical marketing. And in this case, someone might decide, okay, well, I'm really good in the digital space. I'm quite young. I've spent a lot of time on social media. I understand how it works. So I'm going to run a social media marketing agency. Okay. That's more niche than running a marketing company. Great. The third step to break that down further is to decide, well, okay, well, there's all these social media platforms, but which one of those platforms am I best suited to serve a customer through? So, for example, you may be really, really experienced in Facebook. You spend a lot of time on Facebook, understand how people purchase things on Facebook, how consumer buying habits work on Facebook, how the Facebook backend systems work. Okay, let's decide to do a Facebook ads agency. So that is a lot more niche than running a social media marketing agency. The fourth step would then be to decide, okay, well, I can run Facebook ads agency, but who am I actually targeting? So in that case, this person might decide, well, I actually really enjoy sports. I like what sports are about. I understand a lot about the industry, so I'm going to work with sports brands. So they've decided they're going to run a Facebook ads agency specializing in sports brands. So this is really good, right? It's more niche than just a Facebook ads agency. Great. You can serve that sports brand with a lot more value than you could a whole range of different industries where you're not as aware of what goes on in them. So then you can go, okay, well, the sports industry is still relatively large, right? So how can I narrow that down to a focus area that I really understand? So they may go, okay, well, I go to the gym a lot. I really like lifting weights. I like running. I like working out. I love all that sort of stuff. I really understand the products, the services, everything that's provided within the gym space. So I'm actually going to focus on the gym brands within the sports industry. So that would be another step of niching down further from sports brands into just gym brands. I guess the final step from there is, okay, well, in a gym brand, there's obviously brick and mortar stores, but there's also online stores like e-commerce stores. So which one do I have the most interest in, or the most skill set in, or the strengths or the knowledge about, and what am I going to focus my attention on? So e-commerce is a really big growing space and something that I want to focus my attention on. So I'm going to run a Facebook ads agency specializing in just e-commerce gym brands. So I guess hopefully that sort of summarizes how you can niche down in a real life example that lots of agency owners go through, going from running a marketing company to a social media marketing agency to a Facebook ads agency to a Facebook ads agency that specializes in sports brands, then breaking it down into further just specializing in gym brands, and finally breaking that further even down into e-commerce gym brands. I really want to drive home this example using someone who I guess you would all know. So Usain Bolt. So this is quite a jovial example, but it really drives the reasons home. What I want you to think about is how Usain Bolt used niching down to become an expert in his field. So when he was younger, he probably really enjoyed exercise, right? He was quite athletic, just enjoyed exercise, loved running around. Cool. That's a really, really, really big category. Then he probably found out, okay, well, within exercise, he really enjoyed sports. So competitive sports, this is things that he probably was good at as a young kid. So he decided to focus on sports. Great. Sports is a lot narrower industry than is exercise. So then he went to break that down further. So he probably played a range of sports. So he joined competitive teams, he joined local teams, he joined representative teams, he joined all the teams and played a range of different sports. Great. So playing a range of sports is better than just enjoying sports. It's more niche. Then he probably decided, okay, well, I'm really good at running and I'm really good at cricket. So I know this. I know I've read a lot about him. He really enjoyed cricket. He was a really good cricket player as well as a good runner. So he focused on, say, running and cricket. But as he actually went through life and he realized, well, okay, I've got to actually focus my attention on one thing because I want to be really great at one thing. I want to become a dominant force in one industry. So he probably decided that, okay, well, I'm probably better at running and I have more chance of making it running because those are my skills, my strengths. So I'm going to focus my attention on running. However, the problem with that is that he knows that running is a really, really big industry anyway. So that you can obviously do short form running track, indoors. You can do marathons, ultra marathons, middle distance running. There's so many different types of running, right? So he probably decided, okay, well, I'm really fast. So I'm going to focus my attention on short distance athletics running. So within that, he goes, okay, well, you've still got short distance. You've probably got the 400, potentially the 100 and the 200. Then he decided, okay, well, I'm still pretty good at the 400, but I'm probably a lot better at the 100 and 200. So I'm going to focus all my attention on sprinting. So I'm going to focus all my attention on mastering the 100 meters and the 200 meters. And in turn, he's part of the relay teams as well. But he just focused on being really good at two things: 100-meter sprints, 200-meter sprints. What was the outcome? I think he won 9 gold medals or something like that. Countless world records, countless world champs. So by able to niching down for him as a runner to focus on just 2 specific events, he was able to provide enormous value in terms of success for him, which obviously ended up in such a great outcome, which, as most business owners do, I hope that that's what you're striving to do as well in your specific industry or niche. I guess three key takeaways from this, and the importance of niching down and how to niche down yourself is just look at what you have, look at your skills, your strengths, and your values, and work out how can you actually best use those skills and values and strengths to serve someone. So narrow it down to the area that you have knowledge in or understanding of, and provide enormous value or specialized knowledge to that industry. Whether that be the Usain Bolt example of becoming a sprinter, or the other example of becoming a Facebook ads agency in e-commerce gym brands, it's really important to focus on narrowing down your focus and specializing in one single area so you can provide enormous value and become the dominant force in that industry.